Hello folks, Mike Murtis with Force Collector here, and today we're answering a question we seem to be getting a lot ever since I started the series Force Collector, and that's how do you display your lightsabers? How do you display them on the wall? Where do you put them? Especially if you have more than one. I mean, it's a really good question, right? Why would you want to go out and spend anywhere from $100 to $400 on a replica lightsaber and just put it on the floor or put it in a corner somewhere so it doesn't get hit by something or your Roomba doesn't destroy it, whatever. It's an expensive piece of memorabilia, toy, sword, whatever you want to call it that you just got, and you want to take care of it. You also want to display it in a nice way. And sometimes it's not easy to do, especially if you're going with the master replica lightsabers that don't have removable blades. They're not easy to, pull the blade out, obviously, and you have this just huge piece of an item in your room that may not be easy to display. Now, if you're familiar with master replicas, Hasbro lightsabers, their Force FX series, circa 2002 to 2010, they all came with these little black stands right here. And these black stands, they came with little plastic pieces so you could put your lightsaber on top of it with these being in. They look great if you have a lot of table space. If you have a shelf or something that you can stand this up on, put it on, you can put your lightsaber on, it looks cool. If you have any of the 2010 series lightsabers from Hasbro that do have the removable blades, well, it makes it a little bit easier to display because you don't have a huge lightsaber blade coming out of it, right? The other thing you can do with these is they actually have the tabs in the back of it to mount on a wall, and I hate trying to mount these things on a wall. I am not really well versed in getting things hung up on a wall anyway, and these just seem really, really difficult. I've never been able to line them up straight. I've never been really able to get them to stay standing up, period. Maybe it's the anchors I'm using, maybe I'm just incompetent, I don't know, but I've really never liked them. And the other thing is, in my particular game room here where I display all my lightsabers, I don't have a lot of wall space, and I am a fan of way too much stuff in the first place. So I've got Star Wars stuff here, I got Street Fighter stuff here, Halo, Final Fantasy. There's just a ton of stuff in this game room, and I don't want to devote everything to just lightsabers on the wall, so I don't have a lot of space. Well, you get into a area where you're getting 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 lightsabers, and these being displayed horizontally on a wall are going to take up a ton of space. And also, I've heard from a lot of people that if you let these sit, your lightsabers sit with the blade on them for a long time, that the polycarbonate blades actually bend after a while. I don't know if that's true. I've never seen it, and honestly, it's because I've never used these stands with a polycarbonate blade on there. I just don't have the space for it. But what do I do? What do I use to display my lightsabers? Well, as you saw in the beginning of the video, I have all my lightsabers mounted in a vertical fashion, all right next to each other with a separate section here for 3 of them, maybe more in the future. And those are actually mounted with an accessory that I got from a website called Saber Stand. And that's just this little piece right here. When you order these from Saber Stand, you basically get this piece here, as well as getting a top piece and a piece that mounts onto the wall that this will slide into. It's super easy to do. It's super easy to line them up when you have multiple lightsabers. 2 little screws into the wall with an anchor, bam, you're good on the bottom. You take the top piece that kind of holds the polycarbonate blade, screw in something there, make sure it's straight, and you're ready to go. They look fantastic. They look great. And these are heavy-duty plastic. I mean, these can take a hit. They're going to be able to handle the weight of the lightsaber. And here's the other thing. If you aren't into the Hasbro Force FX or the Master Replicas or the new Hasbros, whatever, and you collect Ultra Sabers or Saber Forge or Vader's Vault, these will pretty much handle any of those lightsabers. Everything will fit. I mean, even up to the giant Ultra Sabers Renegade that has a huge bottom pommel on it fits nicely with these things. I actually have one of those displayed in my basement. So if you're looking for a way to save yourself some wall space and not bend your blades and have a cool way of displaying them on the wall where you can just turn them on and they look great, I would highly recommend getting these stands from Saber Stand. Now, there is a pitfall with Saber stands, and I don't know if it's because of manufacturing costs or where they're located. They are expensive, in my opinion. Right out of the gate, to get one of these, you're talking 20 bucks, and that's for one stand. And then you're going to pay about $7 for shipping, so you're looking at $27 a piece for these. And I can already hear you guys, behind your monitors going, it's a piece of plastic, oh my god. Well, if you can make yourself something better, something cheaper, go for it. I really don't have any way of fabricating anything like this. So for me, 27 bucks, yeah, it is kind of expensive, but what are my other options? I don't want to use these. It's not really going to work, so I'm going to go with these. But it is up there price-wise. They do offer a special where I think for 4 of them for 80 bucks you get a 5th one for free, and I think the shipping is still the same. Honestly, that would be my only pitfall with them. I would love to see if they could just make it a flat 20 bucks. 15 for the stand, 5 for shipping, and maybe instead of being priority shipped, it comes first class or however else it needs to come. I think it would make it a little bit more accessible for fans, but overall, great product. As you can see, I use them extensively. It saved me a ton of wall space. They look great, even for someone as incompetent as me when it comes to hanging things. So you can check them out. I'll put the link to their website below. It's saberstand.com, I believe. And see if it's something that would pique your interest as a collector of lightsabers and someone who wants to mount your lightsabers to the wall. Thanks for watching another episode of Force Collector, guys. Take it easy.